Okay, here's the scenario. I found a passage from a source that I want to use in my paper. I decided not to quote it directly because it's too long. Instead, I'm going to paraphrase and write my own summary that fits what I need for my topic. If you haven't yet watched the video on quoting, you may want to take a look at that first. In that video, we already reviewed this passage and know how to effectively quote it in a paper. So, let's say I've never paraphrased before. I know that I can't quote the entire passage directly, but haven't had any experience with paraphrasing. In that case, I might write something like this. The reason cats have become so popular on the internet is rooted in their biology. The humor behind the meme, "I can has cheeseburger," is in the distinctive way cats approach their prey in a serious and deliberate manner. Think of your favorite YouTube video, and you will probably notice that what is driving the humor is the cat's instinctive desire to ambush. What do you think? Does this look like a good paraphrase? Well, hopefully you remember from the last video that we need to cite the sources we use. In this case, I haven't included any indication that I'm using an idea from someone else. This is a direct violation of the HSU academic integrity and honesty policy. Someone reading my paper might think that I intentionally was trying to pass off this idea as my own. So how can we improve this? Just as with quotations, I need to include in-text citations. This example follows APA, American Psychological Association, formatting and includes the author's name and year of publication. Other style guides may have slightly different requirements, but they will include this basic information in some format. Now it is clear that I'm using someone else's idea and I've identified the original source. Do you think I'm good to go? I've still got some work to do because even though I'm not directly quoting the passage in its entirety, I'm using very similar language and am following the same order and structure of the original source. Again, this is a violation of the HSU academic integrity and honesty policy. Let's look at the comparison again. There are phrases that are exact copies of the original and phrases that are just too similar. To paraphrase properly and avoid plagiarism, I need to write about the author's ideas in my own words. Most often, it's not even helpful for my topic to just try to reword the original because I haven't linked it to my topic. One of the main values of paraphrasing is that I can put it in the context that best helps me make my point for my topic and my assignment. So how can I do this? How can I improve my paraphrase? The main way to accomplish this is to look away from the original source. It's often too difficult to think about the idea in my own words and in the context of my topic if I'm concentrating on the original too much. There are many ways to look away from the original source, and different strategies might work best for you after you've had some practice. But here is a simple method that I've found works for me and illustrates the main concepts involved in paraphrasing effectively. First, take some brief notes about the original passage. Only write down what is most important to you. In this case, I'm noting that cat memes and images are popular on the internet because cats are predators that hunt their prey. Cats also do silly things that mimic their hunting behavior. And people post videos and photos of their cats doing silly things. Now hopefully I've written these notes in my own words, but there's another step that can really help with this. Take these notes and simplify them to just the very basic concepts. Try to strip out all of the descriptive language and adjectives when you're writing these simplified notes. Now I've got cat stuff is popular online, cats hunt, cats can be silly, people post cat videos and photos. Okay, now it's time to take a break. This will help to reset my mind and help me come up with some more creative approaches to writing. Study breaks are very important for improving creativity, problem solving, and retaining information. It doesn't need to be a long break, maybe just 2 to 5 minutes. Get up from your computer and stretch, grab a snack or something to drink, pet your cat, anything to help you switch gears. Once you've taken that quick break, come back to your work and don't even look at the original at all. Hide the paper or close the tab. Just look at your notes and write up a quick draft in full sentences. Don't worry about it being perfect, this is just a first draft. I've come up with: people enjoy watching cat videos online. They often become viral because cats can be both vicious hunters and silly, playful friends. People tap into this when posting videos of their cat. For example, a cat playfully swiping at an infant shaking a toy. Now that I have a draft, I'm going to think about my topic and how this fits in with my paper. The topic of my paper is: the internet is a place where people share videos and images from their own lives, view entertaining videos and images. Creating entertaining content helps people gain more followers and views. One way to create viral content is to tap into things that people relate to but also stand out. Cat videos can achieve this. And this is where I can cite Tucker's ideas. Including a citation here helps to strengthen my point and provide some evidence for why cat videos are important on the internet. Now, with my topic in mind, I'm going to revise my draft. People particularly enjoy watching cat videos online. The juxtaposition of cats being both vicious hunters and silly, playful friends helps the videos go viral. For example, a cat playfully swiping at an infant shaking a toy. And I'll revise again. People particularly enjoy watching cat videos online. The juxtaposition of cats being both vicious hunters and silly, playful friends, such as a cat playfully swiping at an infant shaking a toy, can help these short videos go viral. I can revise a few times, and even in the later stages of writing my paper, may make a few more changes. For now, I'm going to see how this fits in with the rest of my paper. Once I add it to my paper, I end up with this paragraph. Cat videos are a phenomenon that have spawned books and numerous articles analyzing their appeal. One author interested in this subject is Abigail Tucker, who researched cats and social media for years. Tucker, 2016, argues that the juxtaposition of cats being both vicious hunters and silly, playful friends, such as a cat playfully swiping at an infant shaking a toy, can help these short videos go viral. This is a short and succinct paraphrase that helps to substantiate and illustrate my topic. It may still need some improvement, but it's much better than my original. However, I need to do at least one more thing. Check to make sure that I didn't inadvertently include too many similarities to the original. Let's go back and look at the original side by side with my draft. And sure enough, this looks quite different from the original. The terms I use are different from the original, and it's not at all a simple rewording of the entire passage, but a summary of the parts most relevant to my topic. The biggest similarity is my draft uses an example with a baby, and so does the original. This is okay because I've cited the original, and so it is clear that I will be using ideas from the original. Another good approach might be to just quote one phrase, like so. Note that I've enclosed the quote in quotation marks and have added the paragraph where the quote comes from to meet the APA requirements. But I like the version without the quote, so let's go back to that. This is an effective paraphrase because it is not a simple rewording of the original, and my paraphrase is substantially different from the original. Alright, I'm done. I've got my draft and can continue with the rest of my paper. And now you're an expert, right? Oh, well, this is just a starting off point. If you're feeling confused or have a bunch of questions, that's because it will take some practice before you can paraphrase effectively. And even then, you'll have questions from time to time. The good news is that you've already learned some tips and you have a lot of support at HSU to help you in the process. Now that we've gone through the steps to writing an effective paraphrase, it's time for you to try this on your own. Don't forget about all of the great resources on campus to help you with this. There are many people who are excited to answer your questions and help you with your writing and research. Contact a friendly librarian or make an appointment with a writing consultant if you find yourself stressed out or frustrated over this process. Better yet, get in touch with us before you have any problems. We'd love to hear from you.